Hello everyone and welcome back to Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, where we're going to hear Walkie-Talkie's truth. I'll tell you one thing, that doctor was a quacker. Someone had to show him what's what. I was at his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my op something bad. Uh-oh. And then he just said he'd let me go without a word. Wait, and then he just lets me go without a word. See you later, bye. So I gotta go in, get another doc to patch me up again. That was the day I'd done figured it out. No OG's gonna let that pass. That's why I went to his pad that night. Know what I'm saying? Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. You're saying you were one of the victim's patients? A lot of stuff goes down when you're keeping it real on the street. True dat. You are literally Larry Butts. I'll tell you one thing, that doc was whack. Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination. I can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing about all this. Alright, we got this. Yeah, wait, watch this. Watch this. Hold it! First of all, the word you're looking for is quack. And isn't that a little harsh? She's your family doctor. Who asked you pointy locks? Just who do you think you are? Your lawyer? Look, I ain't trying to hear that. He was a quacker, plain and simple. I promise I won't do that again. By someone, you mean... Was there anyone with a score to settle with this doctor? Besides you, I mean. You better ask somebody else, Holmes. What do I care? I made up my own mind, did what I had to be done, straight gangsta style. But why were you so mad at this doctor? Yo, sit back and listen while I drop it, J-Man. Explain. So you were a patient at the Maractus Clinic for half a year ago. For what reason? I had what you might call a mark of honor.
Can you explain precisely what was wrong?
We had a little run-in with the Rivali's family. That's when I pulled the jack move. And ran into an ambush. She busted a cap right in me.
According to my sources, you couldn't stand the stress of waiting. And ran in 15 more minutes before the appointed time. By yourself.
I'm sure all of that is true. Hey, I was more than a match for those guys. No, you got shot. So you were carried to the Maractus Clinic from there.
Apparently he was shot in the heart.
Whoa. Shot in the heart and he's still alive? I can catch bullets between my teeth. I never learned how to catch them with my heart. Don't learn. The bullet stopped just short of my thumper. You know what I'm saying. I would have been golden if it weren't for that whack doc. Can't even take out a stupid bullet.
So as you say, the surgery was a failure.
That ain't all of it, Holmes. What do you mean he just let you go without a word? What do you think it means? It's whack, that's what. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds bad.
It sounds as though your doctor wished to hide his mistake. This is why he let the defendant go.
He's a liar, straight up. He's a badder G than me. So this bullet is still... You know it, I can still feel it. Right here in my chest, pressing up against my heart.
Your words like a bullet shot straight into my heart. Or something to that effect. Incidentally, that's from one of our hit singles.
I was waiting for that. He is not gonna stop. Well, that sounds like a straightforward case of malpractice. Word, J-Man. Weren't no accident, that's for shizzle. It seems that there were issues with this doctor. Man, putting him down was like doing the world a favor. Walkie, please consult your lawyer before saying things like that. Chin up, Apollo, back straight. But why did this mistake only come to light that day?
It was found during the family health checkup.
The family checkup? That was the wackest thing of all his G's lining up, taking eye exams and all that. Better to die young than fade away, Bezoy.
A relief to hear.
What's a relief?
No, did your father not tell you? The bullet you carry so close to your heart, if not attended to immediately, he could kill you.
What? What? Yeah.
Yes, Sir Dr. Maractus had knowledge concerning this ticking time bomb in you. Knowledge that could have saved your life.
No, wait, that's whacked.
There's proof, your checkup report.
Oh, I want. Hold on, back.
Ironic that you would kill the one man capable of helping you.
Didn't. Okay. Results from a checkup performed in June. Metallic object found near heart. Okay, check. Alright, patient Waki-Kitaki, age 19, male. Report filed June 14th. Metallic object found near heart. Urgent exam needed. What does it mean? I want more. Hold on. And she's 21? Alright. That's not as crazy as I thought it was gonna be. The victim, director of the Maractus Clinic, died pulling the noodle stand. Waki's father wears an apron, don't ask. Fantastic. Okay.
You're almost as careless as he was.
Wait.
Well, now that the place is hopping, let's get this gig started.
Started?
We've had enough of a warm-up deck, yeah. Time to hear from the witness.
Waki sure is quiet all of a sudden. I'm a little uneasy myself. Is this Gavin's strategy? It's weird. What?
So, you will tell us your name and occupation.
I don't know what kind of voice I need for this person. Oh. My name is Wesley Sticker. Occupation, I take it you mean profit society at large and lives under which definition I must confess to being unemployed. However, I must acknowledge the meaning of identity, which is commodity attached to the notion of occupation. And once we have accepted this reality, we see that our confusion is not gestalt per se, but derives instead from vagueness inherent in representation throughout.
By what she means to say that he is a student.
Yeah, that just went on its own.
A junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering. Filled with curiosity for all things, I spend my days in pursuit of truth, honing my...
No, Stickler, please direct said curiosity to the case at hand today.
Very well, Mr. Stickler. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the night of the crime. Quite simplistically, understand Homo sapiens possess two eyes, these designed to receive and interpret data, sending images from the signal, and... I can't keep up. That's too much. Alright, wait. Yes, okay. At night I passed through my park on my way home shopping when I saw them. One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was a defendant. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man at the stand. Shot, the bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. Was there anyone else in the park at that time? I can say with 100% accuracy. But there was not.
The pistol our witness refers to is this.
The court accepts this into evidence. Okay. Submitted in evidence by prosecutor Gavin. Ooh, I want to fingerprint it. Give it back. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may begin your cross-examination. You may cross-examine the witness. Sorry, I've been drinking heavily this morning. I want to... Weapon left at the crime scene. 2 rounds were fired. Fingerprints were... Wah! The examine thing came up. What did it do? Oh, wait. Ah, there we go. Oh, don't point that thing at me. Don't worry. I can handle myself around guns. Magic guns, at least. The ones that pigeons come out of. Very reassuring. Okay. Not what I was kind of hoping that would be a thing. Nope. Okay. Nope. Got it. Nope. Okay, well, I had to check. It's a gun. Fingerprints were wiped. Of course they were. Yes, Your Honor. Trucy? Why are you staring like that at the witness? That man. I can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before. Tell me where, tell me. Yo! Back up, that's gonna be important. On the way home from shopping, you say, why go through the park? A fascinating inquiry. Revealing me culpable of being insufficiently verbose. Let's consider the time saved by passing through the park on the way home from the store. In that time, I'm capable of solving 2 GMAT problem sets. On average, it requires me 3 minutes 24 seconds. Ergo, the time to complete 2 is on average 6 minutes 48 seconds. However, in the case that question is for our verbal category, admittedly, not my... that's enough. Enough. I get the idea. Mr. Justice, the court hopes to finish the cross-examination sometime this month. That's not my fault.
Please, I have a recording booked after this trial.
And I got a show to perform. Geez, sorry you're all so busy. Were these men talking by chance? Now that you mention it, they were, though I cannot claim I heard them clearly. Only fragments, such as you lied to me. Oh, and I'm going to give you a taste of your own medicine, pal.
It's just as our defendant claims. I believe he wished to teach the victim what it felt like to take a bullet in the heart.
If that's true, then this is a vital piece of testimony. Wait, hold up, stop, please. Sounds like you heard them clearly enough to me. Might I be allowed to amend my testimony? What now? To be precise, he did not say pal, but man. Yes, that was the way of it, I swear, my diploma. What's the difference? Wait, no! That is important. When you changed it, I don't know about this.
And this other man, who was he?
Wait, no, go back. No, not present. How can you be so sure it was a defendant? The crime took place at night. It would have been too dark. Perhaps I was remiss in not mentioning this earlier, huh? You see, in class I always sit in the very backmost seat. Do you know why? Cares? Because your vision is like 300%. Because I didn't wish anyone to copy my perfect notes. And this relates to your testimony, how? I mentioned this to illustrate my predisposition to that which is perfect. It was dark, you say, yet there are lights in the park. If I say the defendant was in the park that night, then he was in the park that night. It is a hard, immutable fact. He sure is confident. He seems to be telling the truth, too. Are you sure the pistol you saw is the same as the one just submitted as evidence? Am I sure? Surely you jest. So a common witness would be tempted to say. Huh? Yet I am no common witness. I see not only events as they are, but the logical structure governing these events. First, we must consider the fact that it was night in the park, which indeed restricted my field of vision due to the insufficient levels of illumination. Now, if we consider the pistol that it calls Object A was indeed shrouded in darkness, it becomes difficult to say with certainty that Object A was indeed Object A. I.e. means he couldn't see it that clearly. Badge for normal witness. My badge for a normal witness. Yeah, no, this guy is literally the worst. And the fact the pistol was fired before my eyes is indisputable. I can still see it when I close my eyes. The defendant raised his weapon. Whoa! Ooh! No, I have things to present there, sir. You're certain only one shot was fired? Yes, of course there was only one shot. Why do you ask? Ha! Contradiction, finally! Mr. Stickler, according to the court record, the pistol was fired twice. A clear contradiction.
Good eyes, Air Justice. You're cool. Real cool.
You really... No, Apollo, come on. Come on.
Yeah, there's no reason why the shot to the head had to have been fired that night.
Meaning?
This pistol came from the Kitami family mansion, yeah. I think it's not unreasonable to assume the pistol had been fired once before that night, during perhaps another altercation.
He's got a point. Judging from his smug expression, I'd say Prosecutor Gavin had that answer ready before you even spotted the problem. He seemed pretty confident in his testimony. We always make the biggest mistakes when we're our most confident. He's got a weak point somewhere, Apollo. Find it. Right. Better give that testimony another listen. No, I got this. I got this already. All right. Yep. You can just yak on, sir. A shot hit the man square in the forehead, which is wrong. Bullet to the right temple. Oh no, I'm yelling this one. Take that. Oh, didn't work. Take that. Objection. Oh, sorry. Objection. Whew. If that's all of it, I think I have a chance. I realized too, as soon as I let go of the button, I realized it said objection. So that proves my point. You can say whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
Is that you relaxing? I see, Air Justice.
Huh? Objection. Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice. Apollo, pace yourself. This trial's not over yet. Right. Look at this. This autopsy report. Is there a problem with the autopsy report? Right. A problem. Yes, the problem is the location of the entry wound. The location? You testified that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not? I've already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain. It was quite simple, really. First, understand that when I say square, I speak not of geometrical absolute. What do I mean by this? For example, a diffraction meter wavelength of light emitted by a krypton particle, as we all know. In addition, as it is well known fact that krypton particles are rare and invisible to the naked eye, which points to a basic fallacy in your line of reasoning, namely that when Mr. Justice, please make the witness shut up. Yes. What is your objection to these krypton particle things?
This is the big time, and you're obsessed with something so small. You disappoint me.
No, I'm obsessed with something big. I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here. Did you tell? Just look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry wound was the right temple. Temple? Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly that the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction. Isn't it? Got him. Is it right? It is, right? Finally. On.
Air Justice, oh Air Justice.
Yes.
Your tactics are outdated, trying to shake the witness by objecting to trifles.
That's not trifle.
Surely you've forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago.
Wait, what? Ha.
Phoenix Wright, was it?
Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to this testimony.
Hey, Air Forehead.
The forehead?
Let us imagine you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol trained on the other. What would you do, Air Forehead?
Well, I guess I would try to stop them. I'd probably shout, stop.
You, Fraulein?
Me? Well, I'd probably scream, eek.
And you, Air Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder?
The victim turned his head at the last moment. Yes, thank you for jogging my memory. Yeah, sounds like an addendum to the testimony is required. Park 2, come on. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. Cease this at once, you two, I cried, with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice, and a shot rang out. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. I don't think that doesn't matter, though. You said he was shot square in the forehead. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. I see, so you attempted to stop the crime. Indeed, with composure. Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired if he hadn't shouted like that. That doesn't really matter now, unfortunately.
Let us consider this new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram if you would. The witness, Mr. Stickler, stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of this nature. And the victim responded by looking at the witness in this direction. And if the killer would have fired at just that moment, as we can see, the bullet would have struck the right temple, as in the report.
Something still doesn't add up. That does seem to be the case. Witness the power of a junior Ivy University Department of Science. Very well, Mr. Justice, you may cross-examine the witness. Yay. Okay, night in the part 2. We got this. Took action. So you saw Ray's pistol. Weren't you frightened? It can't be said. We students at Ivy University know no fear. When I saw that pistol, my inner sense of justice compelled me to take action. Him, like, closing the book like that, like, snapping it shut, reminds me of Final Fantasy XIV, the Arcanist class, because they use a book as their weapon. So when you draw your weapon, it just, like, opens up, and then when you're done with battle, it closes up. No real point. It's just a thing. That was certainly brave of you. You might have gotten shot.
You certainly were lucky. If I were the killer's shoes, I certainly wouldn't have left a witness behind.
That was my first thing. It actually looks like he had no idea he was in danger. Regardless, I attempted to halt the bloodshed. Are you sure both men were able to hear your voice? They were, of course. My high, exquisite voice echoed through the park.
The victim responded to that clarion call.
Quite. Did you hear the gunshot at the same time as the victim turned? Indeed, I would say about the same time to be precise. And the victim didn't ask you for help? Yeah, it can be said he didn't have time to ask. He didn't even have time to take a single step. I'm totally sure that killer fired because Mr. Stickler startled him. Say that too loud, Trucy, please. Become frightened. Can you describe the killer's actions more clearly? He seemed quite surprised, especially considering that he was the one who did the deed. As we can see, human psychology is a tangled web indeed.
He simply couldn't believe what he had done. He shot, he panicked, come and tell, but true.
Unfortunately, before I could take further action... Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from... Oh, no. You didn't try to apprehend the criminal? It all happened so fast, I'm afraid I hadn't the time. Done something about that strike you as odd, Apollo? What? The killer was in a hurry, right? He fired the pistol and tossed it right away. According to the testimony, that's what happened, yes. In that case, I'd expect to find something that we didn't find. Find what? The gun? I like that contradiction. Kinda sad to see it go. Not as sad as I feel. What do we do now? At least the testimony's getting a little clearer. She's right. Maybe I can find something to use in this new testimony. Not here, but... Weapon left at the crime scene. Oh, wait. Oh, I see the problem with that. Hold on. Upon our card, the killer, the defendant appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene, but the fingerprints were wiped off. Aha! I'm glad I caught that. If I had not gone back to the court record, I would not have gotten that. Yeah. Wait a second. Tisk, another misleading request. Get yourself beholden to your own mode of discourse. You can't see how it affects you. Come again. Wait a second, you say? A second? We intended to wait just that, a single second, 1/60th of a minute. It's hardly enough time to draw a breath, let alone make a statement in court. Now, had you asked for a longer period of time, say 3 minutes, 35 seconds.
Mr. Justice, please make this man stop talking.
Yes, Your Honor.
Am I to understand that you are objecting to the length of a second?
Yes, I mean, no. Here, just look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it. Ah, common ploy made by all the more common, I fear, by the prevalence of television. Criminals these days are loath to leave fingerprints. Wait, but you said the killer tossed the gun and ran. That's right. He didn't have time to wait for the gun for prints. Aha! Got him.
The little girl sticking it to the university student. There's a song in there.
I'm not little.
Let's think like adults, shall we, Fraulein? What if the killer, the defendant, was wearing gloves?
No. It specifically says fingerprints were wiped. Gotta admit, I didn't think of that, Apollo.
Well, Mr. Justice.
Could the killer have been wearing gloves? I mean, technically, like, anything is possible, I guess. Anything that helps? Anything we can show? Oh, wait. Nope. No way. The record of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. The fingerprints were wiped, which means some trace of prints remained, which contradicts your testimony. If everything happened as you said it did, he wouldn't have had time to wipe the pistol. All right, if you're gonna drink, if you're gonna read, I'm gonna drink. I mean, but it does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant, he threw down the murderous weapon from his hand and fled. This pistol was found at the scene of the crime, strongly suggesting that this is the weapon he disposed of.
That sounds solid to me. Well, Air Forehead, any of your precious objections?
Yes. What gives, Apollo? Let's see that voice chain go to work. You know, I've only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say. What do you mean nothing to say? Isn't it obvious from what the witness just said? Huh? Isn't what obvious? When he stated what he saw just now, he said he saw Walkie drop a murderous weapon. But that's not the same as being 100% sure of what Walkie threw away. Right. He's just confused because a pistol was found at the scene. Poor Mr. Stickler. It must be hard to be so perfect and yet so wrong. Well, it can be said that I'm quite offended. Well, it is indeed true that once seized by a teacher posted blackboard, appellation of porn might be a fixed... there is no way I was keeping up with that.
What we can say for certain is that the witness saw the killer throw something.
Yes, and I know what that something is.
Does the defense have anything to say about this?
Well, what if he threw something that wasn't a pistol? Then it had to be something else.
At least one person on the defense team seems to be thinking.
Wipe that smile off your pretty face, Gavin.
Perhaps you can inform the court as to the nature of this something else. What did the killer throw away before fleeing the scene? Is that a sword? I saw one of those on late-night movies last night.
Great, a sleep-deprived judge. This knife was found at the scene of the crime, with the defendant's prints on it.
His prints?
A single piece of evidence proves two important things. One, that what the defendant threw down wasn't a pistol. Two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves.
Indeed. No, Air Forehead. You're forgetting two other things you've just proven.
That he was there, and that the witness saw him.
Well, that the man the witness saw was the defendant, Mr. Walkie Kataki. Two, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim.
Ow!
Indeed.
God, I never underestimated that Gavin is the lesson here. All right, I think where we're gonna call it an episode. I still have no idea who actually killed him. I don't know if we just haven't met the character yet. The witness is kind of suspicious, but also kind of telling the truth on some things. I'm leaning, if I had to guess, based on the characters we've met so far, I think the dad did it. After finding out that the bullet was still in his son's heart and messing up, he got mad and killed the doctor. And now Waki is taking the blame. That's my guess. But again, there still could be characters we haven't met yet, so who knows. I hope you're enjoying this. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.